The Facebook ad model, what we need to do, how we need to approach advertising with Facebook. The first thing that we want to do is go ahead and sign up for a Facebook account. Very, very easy, simple walkthrough process. I probably don't need to demonstrate that for you. Okay, just go there. I'll give you the website, as a matter of fact, in just a couple of slides. If you've got multiple ventures, you want to create a main account, and then you create groups for each venture. And you can actually create pages as well, but some of that has to do with generating free traffic, and I'm not going to talk about that too much. But there are a lot of potential avenues that we can go down to get free traffic from Facebook as well. But basically, we do want to be a user of Facebook. If you have only one business, you can create an individual account, or you can create a business page if you want to. You can also create an individual account and create multiple business pages. Like I have for a couple of my websites, I have business pages on my main individual account, and for the two bands that I'm in, I have pages also for those. And you log into your individual account and you can manage all of your pages from there. Affiliate marketers will want to consider signing up with their name. Okay, and I realize that sometimes we want to promote products in a variety of niches, and we do not necessarily want our name on all of them, and that's totally up to you, but it might be something that you want to consider. After you sign up, you will want to go in and update your profile, upload some pictures. Basically, as within any community-oriented social site, you want to really use it. You don't just go there and not fill out any of the profile info, because then when people are checking up on you, they're going to be like, okay, this is not a real person, it's a marketer. Once your account is ready and set up, you want to start inviting friends and associates. And you can do that through a very, very handy little feature within Facebook that will actually use your address book, email address book, and try to find people that you know. Or you can do little searches and find people and see if you can get them to friend you. Now, as you're doing all of this, I've mentioned briefly already, you will generate free traffic, okay, in addition to your paid campaigns. So just by having the account and getting friends and filling out your profile, you will get people that are interested in you, and they will get you traffic. What happens that I notice, I have a few marketing buddies on my Facebook account, and I will get people friend me because they were on their list, and when maybe they said something about me or they liked something that I posted, and I'll go in there also and I'll comment on their stuff. I'll post on their profile and I'll comment on their wall and stuff like that. And their friends see that stuff, and so they check me out, and then they want to friend me. So, of course, and when they come to my site, or my profile page, my wall, they're going to see some products that I have, and again, that's going to give you organic traffic. Now, we want to, when we get started with our advertising campaign, we're going to go to facebook.com/advertising. And then we click Create an Ad, and there's 3 easy steps to designing your ad. You want to put in your URL. Where do you want these people to go when they click on it? Create a title. This would be kind of like a catchy headline kind of thing. Understand that Google's ads are keyword oriented, right? Well, guess what? Facebook ads, they don't need that. If, though, let's say you do want to create a headline that states what it is, okay? You got to be honest about it, okay? You don't just do something just to get their attention and make them click on it. You've got to create a headline that does state what it is about, okay? But at the same time, you do want to draw their attention, okay? And that's something that we will talk a little bit about later. But The next step is the body text. That is the real essence of the ad. It's going to tell them a little bit more about what it is that you're selling. What are you trying to offer them? So obviously there you want to relate a benefit to them. You're only going to get 135 characters. So you've got to really put in, some good stuff. And then an image. How awesome is that? This is optional. You don't have to do it, but I recommend it if you want to get people's attention. If you've got maybe a picture of your product or something that maybe it's a service that you're offering and this would be complementary to that, it's well worth the effort. You want to get that picture in there because, like I said, it does help get their attention. When we start our campaign, this is the next step. We are going to, and probably the most important step, this is where we select from the hundreds of millions of users who it is that we want to target. Again, you can drill down. Google uses keywords, right? Facebook uses a whole bunch of different information that allows us to be very precise. We've got graphical or geographical location. So you can, drill right down into where somebody lives if you choose. You can say, I want to pick this area right here. You can target everywhere. You can target countries. You can be specific on states and provinces. You can even do specific cities. Okay, so that makes Facebook essential. And it makes it essential to everyone because as that brick and mortar owner, okay, I can target people in my city. If I got people that I want them to walk in the door, bam, I got them. If I'm offering something that people can download and it doesn't matter where they are, then I have the potential to reach those people easily. We can do demographics. You can target specific age groups. You can target specific genders. You can say, the Facebook users, anywhere from 13 to well into their 80s. The targeting selection, though, does stop at 64. But you can target women, men, or both. And you do want to be kind of careful about who you're marketing to. If you're marketing a product that, should not be marketed to 13-year-olds, then you want to make sure that they're excluded, okay? Because you can get banned for stuff like that. Likes and interests. Now, this is a very, very cool and powerful feature. You can specify a set of interests, okay? That's kind of like keyword targeting, but it's a little bit more specific. Because with keyword targeting, I've got to put in some specific keywords that I want to trigger my ad. Well, Facebook, though, I can pick an interest. And then when those users pick an interest, bam, it's a match. So that's something that Facebook says, oh, these people, they want to hear more about that, so show them those ads. So, in other words, if I'm on AdWords, I have to put in, how to play guitar, how to play electric guitar, how to play acoustic guitar, beginning acoustic guitar lessons. I have to put in all these crazy keywords. And who knows what, people are actually going to type to get my ad to show up. Well, Facebook, just put guitar, right? Interested in guitar, boom, that's it. Facebook also offers some advanced targeting. Birthdays. You can actually contact people with your ads on their birthday. How about that? Social networking interests. You can find users that are looking for some type of relationship, whether it be business or personal. Relationship status. This lets you see if somebody is single, married, if they're engaged, if you can even see, when you're on Facebook, you can see who they're in a relationship with in a lot of situations. The benefits of that, phenomenal if you're in, a niche that deals with that kind of thing. In other words, why in the world would you want to promote your dating website to somebody who's married, right? So there's no point in that. So that's going to, allow you, again, to better target your ads. Language. You want to hone in on people that speak a certain language. Let's say you've got a product, a software product, and it is in 3 different languages: Spanish, German, and English. So what can you do? You can make sure that on Facebook, you want to promote your Spanish product to Spanish-speaking people. You have that ability. Education and work background. You can target people of certain education levels, or things, maybe places that they have listed for their workplaces. And connections. This is a pretty neat feature. Whatever people's connection is to certain pages or to groups or events or even applications. So you can target people who are not connected to a certain page or event or application. And it's possible to hone in on friends of people with that desired connection, the thing that you're looking for. So you can hone in on friends or associates of people that have the connection that you're looking for. So really, again, a lot of potential there. Now, up next, in signing up as an advertiser, we're going to talk about some scheduling and bidding, stuff like that, and just some things that you need to fill out. One is currency, and this is the currency that you'll be using for bidding. So you're going to specify that. Okay, Facebook accepts U.S. dollars. It accepts the Great British Pound, Japanese yen, currency from Denmark, Canada, and Turkey, just to name a few. Time zone is the next one. This is your time zone as the advertiser. It wants your geographical location. A campaign name. That's something just for you to specify so that you know what this campaign is. Once stats start pouring in, you might have several campaigns going, and you want to know how each one of them are doing. So the name is just to differentiate your different campaigns. Your daily budget, pretty much, whatever you want to be spending. You can do as little as $1 a day. And I think Facebook sets $50 maybe as a default, but you can change it. Scheduling. You can schedule your campaigns, or you can to have at certain times, or you can just run them continuously until further notice. So in other words, I can say I want it to run next week, and then it just stops. Bidding. Well, you can do 2 different models. You can pay for impressions, or you can pay for clicks. Pay-per-click is what I'm going to recommend to you, and that's what most people recommend. That means that it's going to depend on how well your landing page converts, how good that does. In other words, you're going to pay whenever somebody clicks, and hopefully your landing page converts well. On the other end of it, on the impression model, you're going to pay for the number of impressions that you get, whether somebody clicks on it or not. So if you got a fantastic ad that gets lots of clicks because it's so cool, then that's great. But you're not going to know that until you get some stats. So it's a good idea to do the pay-per-click first. Just like with Google, it will offer you some information like a suggested bid amount and an estimate of how much traffic, how many clicks you're going to get per day. After you make your selections, you fill everything out. You are then going to review your ad, check out your demographics and your budget, make sure all that's good. And then once you pay, your placement, your advertisement is going to start immediately. Understand, ads can be refused. So even if your product itself is okay, even if the niche is all right, even if all that is good, the ad itself can be refused. And they can just say, hey, sorry, come up with something else. The targeting that Facebook allows is going to even apply to your own account. And if you haven't been using Facebook for long, or if you haven't noticed this, you want to kind of pay attention to what we're going to talk about here. The fact that they collect so much valuable information on a personal level means that you're going to start, noticing that even in your own account, the ads that are shown there are targeted. So next time you use Facebook, if you haven't noticed this before, take a look at the ads and think about, wow, that's something that I'm interested in. That's something that I've looked at, because that's what's happening for everybody else. So advertisers can target any age bracket. They can target certain genders. They can target interested niches that you have, certain languages, education levels, all these things. And understand that it's not, it's not just because I put guitar as an interest that I'm going to see guitar ads, okay? But it is because of my age, right? Let's say that I'm 22 years old. Ads that I'll see are probably going to be relevant to my age. Or maybe I'm a male, so pay attention to the ads that you see. Are they, you're not going to see like ads for Avon, okay? Obviously, niche specific things you are going to see. If you're an English-speaking person, you're probably not going to see German ads. So there's a lot of potential there for getting to just the right person. Now, to get qualified, targeted traffic means we've got to get noticed. The quality of your traffic is very, very important to the success of your campaign. And if you're kind of new to this, you might not understand how important this is. But I mean, from online business down to brick and mortar shops, let's say you sell just whatever odds and ends kind of stuff out of a store, okay? The kind of shoppers that come into your store are going to dictate how well you do, how much you sell. If you've got, let's say for an example, let's use a bar, for example. If you've got a biker bar, there are certain kind of people that probably aren't going to go in there, right? And if you've got a country bar, there are certain kinds of people that are not going to go in there. Same thing with restaurants. If you are a Mexican restaurant and somebody that doesn't like Mexican comes in with a group of friends and everybody sits down to order, they're probably not going to, they might just say, I'll have a salad. Okay, it's going to reflect your business. Getting the right kind of person in your doors is very, very important, online and offline. Google tries to do this with keywords. Facebook does it with personal information that they have collected. So, getting your ad noticed, well, maybe they don't necessarily click on your ad, but just the fact that this is something that is probably going to be of interest to them will more than likely mean that they're going to at least read it. And I notice this myself, that, when I'm looking at some site, whatever the site is, if there's an ad for something that I'm interested in, I will at least notice it. If I see a guitar on there, I'll at least read the ad because it's something that I'm interested in. So getting noticed is a little bit easier to do with a site like Facebook, where we can know I'm promoting something here that this individual that's looking at my ad is interested in. We need to get more clicks, because the more traffic we get, the more sales we're going to make. Getting our ad in front of people that are interested and getting more clicks means higher ROI, higher return on investment. And this is what everybody wants. They want to spend less and make more. Since the people that are seeing your ad, they're on Facebook, since they are already in a category of being interested in the product or service that you're offering, then there's a greater opportunity that they're going to check it out. And how do they do that? They click on the ad and they come to your landing page. Once they get there, they're going to be much more likely to buy what it is that you're selling because they're interested in it. We already know that they're interested in it. That's why they even saw the ad, and that is why they clicked on it. So the likelihood that they're going to make a purchase, pretty good. This is what we're talking about when we talk about qualified traffic, when we talk about high quality traffic. The people that make money spamming, they don't make as much as they would if they were able to have an email list of people that they know are interested in what they're selling. What they try to do is try to get people to come to a website. They mass mail people, and it's illegal, right? It's bad. Everybody hates it. They try to mass mail people and get them to click and come to their website, not having any clue if they're going to be interested in it or not. Okay, and yeah, they do make some money. But if I send out 100,000 emails to people randomly, okay, and they come and click and come to my website, who knows how many of them are going to be actually interested? I might make 100 sales. Whereas if I had 100,000 people that I knew for a fact were very interested in my product, how many sales do you think I'm going to make? I could make 10,000 sales, 20,000 sales, because these people are interested. They're qualified. It's a higher quality of traffic. And everybody knows, it's better to have qualified traffic than just numbers. From a strictly business standpoint here, there's a couple of things that I want to go over because you might be inclined to think, if you haven't done a lot of advertising before, or if you've just tried to do the AdWords thing and you didn't really put a lot of thought into it, you probably had pretty mediocre results, and that's probably what you're going to get on Facebook if you don't step back and really think about this, okay? So it's not that just because it's going to cost you less and the ads are going to be targeted better, that doesn't mean every ad that you create is going to be an instant success and make you tons of money. You could flop it if you just approach it from, man, I need an ad, and throw something up there and get going with it. Okay, you want to do this really well, you want to make a lot of money, you need to take a little bit of time and construct your ad appropriately, and everything else that's in the whole sales funnel, your landing page and all that. Let's talk about, first off, what kinds of achievements, what kind of results are you expecting to get? One of the things that you need to think about, really when you're ready to launch any kind of advertising campaign, especially on Facebook though, you want to have some goals set. You want to have some, things that you have written down, defined parameters, if you want to call it, something that you can measure or gauge your results by. Because if you just go in there shooting blindly, you don't know, wow, I had a good campaign, or this is a bad campaign, or anything like that. You want to set something in there before you ever even start, and you need to set something very realistic, and you need to have it down in writing, basically. Like, for example, I want to get a conversion rate of 1.5%. Okay, every 100 people that see my ad, I want to get at least 1.5 clicks. That way you have something to try to attain, and you've got something to measure, so that when you make a change later on, you'll be able to say, okay, I made this better now than the last one. So what is the purpose of your campaign in the first place? And I know you're thinking, man, dude, the purpose is that I make money. No, okay, that's not it. You have to be much more specific. You have to think about what it is that you're specifically trying to get and trying to get people to do. What's the purpose of your ad? Write that down. Is the purpose to get them to support my campaign? If I'm a politician or something, is the purpose to get them to just join my newsletter? Is the purpose to make a sale? I mean, think about this for a minute. Let's say you've got a landing page with an opt-in box, and then you've got a sales page. And what you want to do is send traffic to the landing page, and then you want to send them after they opt in to the sales page. Well, on the landing page, you're not trying to sell the product. On the landing page, you want to sell that opt-in. So if that's the real desired result on the landing page, then your ad needs to be tailored to that. Your ad does not try to sell the product either. Your ad needs to sell that opt-in, kind of like a pre-sell. So your ad would get them to click, and they come to that page where they have the opportunity to opt in, and everything is focused on get the opt-in. Then after they opt in, then you start marketing to them and try to sell them the product. But the point is, you have to have a clear understanding of what is the purpose of this campaign. What am I trying to get? What are the results that I want also? If I want to get 100 new people to opt in every single day, or do I want to get 1,000 people to sign up for my newsletter every week? Okay, but either way, you got to set realistic expectations. What do you think you can really attain? And let's see what it's going to take to attain that. And then you have something, again, that you can measure by. I set this way too high. I never got even close. Or, man, I blew that out of the water. I doubled my expectations. You need to have a good understanding of what your budget is. How much money are you going to be able to spend in order to get the results that you are looking for, what you expected? Let's say, I want 1,000 new opt-ins this month. Okay. Am I going to be, you kind of get an idea of, let's say that my conversion is 1.5%, and I want to get 1,000. So how many people am I going to have to show that ad to? And how many people from that are going to actually opt in? The number that I'm going to need, how much money am I going to have to spend in order to make that happen? You have to think about this kind of stuff. You got to think about it ahead of time. If I say, man, I want to get 1,000 new opt-ins this month, then I don't think about what is it going to cost to make that happen. If I don't have that money, then that's an unrealistic expectation, and I don't want to do that because I'm going to fall short. Some things that you need to think about. Remember that Facebook is pretty picky about its advertisers, okay, and the things that are going to show up there. You want to make sure you get the results, that you're looking for. You got to have, in mind the money that you're going to be needing to spend in order to generate those kinds of results. And you need to think really through the whole process. You need to think about what it is that you're going to be promoting. If you only got one thing that you're selling, no problem, right? But if you're an online marketer or you're an affiliate marketer or something, you've got a variety of things that you're going to be promoting. You might want to, pick some bestsellers, things that go over really well. Maybe you're going to launch a campaign that has some new products that you want to start promoting, things like that. So the thing is, you need to understand very clearly in your mind what it is that you're going to be promoting. And, you don't just approach it blindly and say, I need to use Facebook for advertising and I need to promote something. No. Get something picked so that this is what I'm going to do. Maybe you want to use multiple ads. This is something you should definitely think about. You could, technically create a campaign that had different ad variations, and that will allow you to try some different tactics, try some different kinds of ads and see what works and what doesn't work. You can also tweak some of your ads so that maybe one ad appeals to a certain type of person, use those demographics. Another ad is more tailored towards another group of people. So use those demographics if that kind of marketing, would be beneficial. How long are you going to be running your ad? Do you have super deep pockets and you don't care and you just want to run it indefinitely to do some branding? Or do you want to run it, spend some money, and then see what you get from that? Consider that. Have that as a business plan. Make sure that your landing page is appropriate. They're going to get you clicks, okay? But they're not going to sell stuff for you, okay? Your landing page needs to do its job. Remember, it also needs to fit the rules, the model that Facebook lays out. Okay, so nothing hypey. We're going to talk a little bit more about landing pages later on, so we'll get to that. But it's very, very important that your landing page does its job. Spend time and effort making sure that that landing page is there and that it does what it's supposed to do. What you might consider doing is a small test. Check out the landing page, see how well it works, and then you can specify your time frame. So run it for a couple of days, maybe. See how it does. Consider tweaking something on the landing page, and then run that ad, run that campaign again for a couple more days, and see if you improved something. It's not something you want to just run headlong into and dump a bunch of money. The real marketers that have the biggest return on investment are the ones that test and tweak and test and tweak. Remember that Facebook is very picky about the kinds of ads that are going to show up on the website. So make sure that you know those rules inside and out, and that you make sure that everything in your ad and on your landing page and all that kind of stuff, make sure you follow to the T everything that they have set up. You want to make sure that you set some reasonable expectations. Your campaigns are not always going to be a winner. Okay, they're not always going to do as good as you would hope that they do. Maybe it's a bad headline. Maybe the body of the ad or the image just doesn't grab people's attention. Remember that we've always got, if you're doing what you should, you've always got an opportunity to do some tweaking. Okay? Now, I am not saying set your expectations real low just so that you can hit them, okay? I know that is a technique that some people use to make themselves feel better, and that's cool, if you want to do that. But I prefer to set something kind of realistic, and if you're brand new in this, that'll be kind of hard to do because you don't know what to expect really. But if you think that you're going to spend $10 and make $10,000 in sales, that's unrealistic. So something that you need to give a little bit of thought to. Do you have any other strategies that would work very well with your Facebook marketing? Like having a fan page, having a page set up so that you can generate friends and get them, in essence, to do a lot of advertising for you. Like we've talked about the organic stuff a little bit, how that a friend liking your page shows their friends, and their friends can check it out, and maybe they become your friends and they like it as well. So definitely be considering some free Facebook traffic. And on your own website, one thing that you can do is you can create a Facebook badge that you can put on your site so that people, when they come there, they see, oh, they're on Facebook, and they can click it and they can come to your Facebook page, and that allows you to possibly, get more friends, more exposure on Facebook based on a relationship that, they might have already checked your website out for some reason or another. Consider split testing with, the same demographics. Like, let's talk about running similar ads, 2 ads to the same exact group. Okay, you can see which ad works the best. And then you can also have ads that are specific for different groups, different demographics, and be testing within those. So I might start out with 1 ad, right? And then I want to target 3 different demographics with a different kind of ad. So I take that one ad and I tweak it for those 3 different demographics. Then within those 3 different demographics, I take the ad that is there and I make an ad variation. Right? So now let's say I just do one extra one. So I've got really 6 different ads that I'm running for 3 different demographics, and I see which ones work the best. And then when I find that out, I drop the one that doesn't work as well. That way I know that I'm getting the most for my money. Don't forget to tweak things. This is, again, the way that all business owners maximize the return on investment, is by spending the time tweaking. If you think for 1 minute that you can sit down and write an ad and that's it, it's a winner and everything's fantastic, and you walk away and you're going to be rich, I got some huge wake-up call coming to you, because that's not the way it works. That's not the way real marketers do it. You have to run it, tweak it, see which was better, and constantly perfect the system. And with these things in mind, in the next video, let's talk about who is your target. Who are you really trying to reach?